Welcome back, everybody, to the Delaware Blue Hens College Football 26 Dynasty. It is year one, entering week 4, and we enter with back-to-back losses that we witnessed last episode against James Madison and Colorado. The latter of which we got absolutely blown out at home against our only official established rival. Definitely our worst game through our first 3 weeks in this dynasty. But today we kick off conference play here in Conference USA as we go on the road to Miami to take on FIU. Then we have a bye week in week 5. Then we go back home to face Western Kentucky and the Hilltoppers in a primetime game in Delaware, and then enter our last bye week of the season after that. So we're going to get all the way up to week 8 in this episode, and we're going to start off with this road game in Florida. After scoring 21 points in our first game as an FBS program, the offense has only mustered 23 points in the last 2 weeks combined, both of which were losses as we just talked about. And if we're going to get back to the win column, the offense needs to play a lot better. But the best player on this Panthers team is Brian Blades II, who is an 85 overall corner with a couple of physical abilities. Got to be careful with him. But they've also got a good Mike linebacker over the middle in Johnny Chaney. And they've got Keegan Davis as an edge rusher as well. So a couple of top defensive players on this roster that we're going to have to keep our eye out for. Defensively, though, we got to take on Keon Jenkins, who is a true junior. He's from Miami, playing for pretty much a hometown team. And in the backfield, he's got Kajan Owens, I believe it's pronounced, or Kajan Owens. Got a couple of receiving options, but really that's going to be at tight end because they've got Dallas Payne. But their top receiver, Alex Perry, is actually injured for this game. We come in fully healthy. Nobody is missing today's game. The offensive line is a bit of a patchwork here. If they are starting Najee Saffold here at center, then they could be in for a rude awakening because this interior offensive line is the weaker bunch of this entire group. Their tackles are fairly solid. They have a good left tackle, but the interior offensive line is going to be a part of this offense that I think we should hopefully attack with some blitzes. But we tried to blitz these last 2 weeks, and it did not work in our favor. Both quarterbacks played very well against us. So really want to get the offense going because that will put less pressure on our defense to get stop after stop. And FIU has a team that ranks around where we're at. They're a bit lower than James Madison. So overall, I think we have a better chance to win this game. But you really don't know until you get on the field and feel out the first couple of drives. So here we go on the road all the way down the entire East Coast from Delaware to Florida. Our first ever game in Conference USA. Our first conference game in the FBS. Here we go. FIU are the hosts. The Blue Hens come in looking for their first road victory of the season here at Pitbull Stadium. And the Panthers will kick things off as the Blue Hens will start with the football. Going to bring this one out up to the 14-yard line. Should have let that one go. But the offense will come out with a long way to go ahead of them. Zach Marker coming off a decent performance, but only 7 points for the offense is going to make you question if you should try something new. We have also failed to run the ball these last 2 weeks, so we're going to try and pass the ball a bit more, I think, to open the game. Marker dumps it short to Jake Burdell, who is able to ball ahead for a gain of 9. And the hope here is that more passing early on will lead to the run game opening up a little bit more as Jonathan Silver might have just passed his total from the last 2 weeks combined with that first rush that goes for 20 yards. And I keep calling him Jonathan when it's Joe Nathan or just Joe Silver. But that second run goes for a loss of 1. And that's going to be a penalty. Was trying to change the pass protection there, and It's going to be a false start. Let's try this again. 2nd and long, and pressure gets to marker. Johnny Chaney, one of the guys that we talked about before jumping in here. It's going to be a loss of around 6. 3rd and 22. Back to our 31-yard line. Got to get across midfield to keep this drive alive. We're going to try and go back to the air, but marker rolls right into a sack. And the drive goes nowhere. The Panthers will start from their 24. Keon Jenkins coming off a 400-yard, 5-touchdown performance from Week 1. And they're looking to go with a fast-paced offense here. And have to get ready for that as Jenkins dumps it short and Payne is wrapped up at the 30-yard line. They're going to go quick once again. 3rd and 4. Needing the 34 for a first down. They go play action fake over the middle and caught, but a flag comes in and it's going to be against the offense. What do they call here? It's going to be a hold. That penalty was on their running back, Owens, who gets the handoff here, and that is an incredibly conservative play call to open this game. Good starting field position for the Blue Hens on their next drive. Starting through the air, pass is hauled in by Max Patterson, who I think has been by far our best receiving option, perhaps our best offensive player in our first 3 weeks. Back-to-back throws to open the drive, and marker overthrows Burdell. A late flag comes in against the Panthers defense. And it's going to be pass interference. Automatic first down. Next play, handing it off on the run pass option. Loss of 1 for Silver. 11 yards to go on 2nd down. Short one caught. Burdell turns upfield and gets 4 yards back. We're in no man's land here. We can get close to a first down. We're going to go for it. From the 41. LeBoy motions right. Marker stepping up, delivers it perfectly to Patterson in stride. Approaching the red zone. Speed option flipped out to Silver, trying to spin around a defender. Nothing there, and now Silver slow to get up, and he will exit. Let's hope it's nothing serious. Go to the air now, and marker is taken down for the 2nd time in the backfield. Back spasms for Silver. He should be back in the game at some point soon. Long way to go on 3rd down. Marker just holding on too long. 3 sacks now. And now half of those belong to Steve Shannon. It's time for a field goal attempt from 50 yards. And the kick is away. And not enough power behind it. Left it short, did Reed. It was on line if it had enough, but it didn't. And we are still scoreless. Well, we should have had 3 points there. FIU with it. And going backwards is Jenkins. It took 3 players to bring him down, but it's a big loss of 14. That'll prevent the offense from going too quick to open this drive. If they dump this one off in the flats, it's going to be a gain of 8. 3rd and forever. Jenkins dropping back. Screen setting up for Owens, but he's wrapped up for no gain by Khalil Ali. At the 41 to open our next drive as well, just like our last one. Empty look on 1st and 10. Touch pass. LeBoy does not get a good block, and he's going to lose a yard. Play fake. Marker under pressure immediately. 4 first quarter sacks. That one belongs to Clinton Mahoney. Could be the final play of the first quarter. Marker again going down. What is happening right now? 5 first quarter sacks. And it's been all defense so far for both teams. Panthers drive begins at their 32 as they give this one to Owens. Gain of 3 on that play, and here comes that quick offense again. Gonna try and wear out our defense, but they have yet to get more than 1 first down on a drive to this point. But they will get one here with Owens breaking a tackle and dragging more defenders on his way to a conversion. Defense will have to stay on the field once again as FIU looks to up the tempo here. They'll throw it short, first down and more, out of bounds at the Blue Hens 43. And the pistol now, they'll fake the handoff, pressure coming, and it will get home. Gavin Mull gives Delaware their second sack, trying to catch up to FIU's numbers. Delaware keeps bringing pressure. It's picked up this time, and the pass is caught by Tarvarish Dawson to set up 3rd and 11. Back to throw, screen, and there's room enough for a first down. Jenkins will keep it on the read option. He's got open field ahead of him, gets 10 yards and converts another first down. This offense is on the move. Next play, they'll sweep it, and Owens is dropped for a loss of 3. And they still want to go quick here, really. They are not letting up anytime soon. Now at the Delaware 24-yard line, Jenkins adjusting at the line of scrimmage here. Motioning across, touch pass, and the defense is ready for it. 3rd down, Jenkins, well protected, floats one, and they get 5 yards closer. Now the field goal team comes out. Alejandro Prado is the kicker. He'll have a chance here to put the Panthers in front to open the scoring. The kick is away, and it is through the uprights. Should be tied, but a missed field goal by Delaware, and the Panthers take advantage now with under 7 to go in the first half. It's 3-0 FIU. Ugly game so far for both offenses. We're going to start to run the ball a bit more here because right now the passing game is moving us backwards with all these sacks. Had a couple good runs so far, definitely going back to that week 1 style play. Because those last 2 weeks, we could not get anything established on the ground. That has not been the case here. Out of the 2-minute warning now, we're going to give this one to St. Fleur, but this time he's bottled up. Loss of 1. Just across midfield, we hand it off. St. Fleur rather, has enough. No! They mark him short. We've got to stay on the field here. Inches to a first down. St. Fleur hits the gap. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle inside the 30-yard line. 1 minute to go now in the half. Cross screen. St. Fleur's got it. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Tunnel screen, and Marker got hit as he threw. It's nearly intercepted. We still have all 3 timeouts. St. Fleur has enough to get the first down. We're going to use our first here. 1st and 10. Rolling right. Marker on the move. Has a man inside the 5-yard line. That is Nicholas LeBoy. And that sets up 1st and goal for the offense. We're going to call timeout. 1 timeout left for Delaware, 2 yards shy of the end zone. St. Fleur has the edge, and finally Delaware is on the board with their first touchdown of the afternoon. And our first lead as we approach the halftime break. Saeed St. Fleur in there for the injured Joe Nathan Silver. And the Blue Hens offense finally puts a good drive together. But FIU is all 3 timeouts and just below 40 seconds to work with. Short throw here, and it's hauled in after a 4-yard catch. Jenkins has time now and nearly throws it right to a defender. But Cohen couldn't come down with it. That would have been a huge turning point here in this game. And now it's 3rd and 6. 30 seconds left to go in the half. Delaware could get the ball back, and they will as the pass goes incomplete. Time winding down here. Gotta snap it. Got it off in time. Marker. Had plenty of time, but eventually the pocket's gonna collapse. Gotta use our final timeout here with 10 seconds left. From the 38, and Marker is under pressure again. Wow, I mean, that's gonna take us to halftime. Clinton Mahoney has 4 sacks in this game. And we have no answer for him right now. But we do have a lead. Our defense has played very well. FIU has failed to move the ball. Blue Hens should be up by a touchdown, but less than 3 average yards per play for both teams. This has been an absolute stinker. FIU opens with the ball here in this second half. They counter the blitz with a nice pass over the middle, but now a late flag comes in. It's going to be against Payne on the offense, and it's holding. That's going to cancel out that first down. Empty look for Jenkins. He steps up and well overthrows his target. Owens gets the handoff and gets a solid 4 yards. And now they're going to go quick on us. 3rd and 4. From their own 18-yard line, trying to establish a drive to open the half. Jenkins has time, floats it downfield, it's knocked away. Good coverage by Keontae Jenkins. Punt is away, Thaw on the return, up to the 44. We have had some really great starting field position, but have failed to take advantage really of any of them. And still no sign of Joe Nathan Silver, who is supposed to return at some point in this game, but I cannot bring him back in yet. 4-man rush, and Marker just is hanging on way too long right now. 9 sacks for this Panthers defense. I mean, how many 3rd and longs have we had this game? Now it's a blitz. Marker hit as he threw it. He's got LeBoy down the field. It's caught! And he's dragged down inside the 15-yard line. Look what happens when you get good protection and when you get rid of the football within the first 4 seconds of a play. Big gain, and now the Blue Hens have reached the red zone for the 2nd time this game. We take the handoff, and we go to Burdell on the slants. He gets 9.5. We are well on our way to a really strong drive to open this half after that bad sack. Good recovery by this offense. Can we complete the drive? It'll continue. Goal to go. It's a counter, and LaFleur is dropped in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play. Lamont Green Jr. that tackle. Back to throw. Floated and incomplete, trying to find Jake Burdell. Last chance to find the end zone here on this possession, and wide open for a touchdown. It's his 2nd. Saeed St. Fleur. This time it's through the air. So now 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. He was wide open off that wheel route. And Marker found him in stride in the end zone. And Delaware increases their lead to 11 with the PAT pending. Here's a replay of that one. Just a little mesh concept. And St. Fleur beats the linebacker out there in the open field. 1st and 10, FIU, little RPO, and it's complete. Only a gain of 4, but once again the offense looks to get moving quickly here. The fast pace has not really worked to their favor so far. Still plenty of football left. They sweep it left. Owens can't break. 2 tackles. 2 defenders ready there. And now 3rd and 9. Gotta be ready for a pass here. Gotta get to the 30-yard line for a first. Pressure's picked up. Jenkins has time. 50-50. Ball caught. What a grab. It was decent coverage, but not good enough. The Panthers' drive continues now. Jenkins, all day, steps up, has a man wide open. It's Payne making a 1-man miss. Now 2, 3, and tackled at the 2-yard line. I've never seen somebody juke out 3 players on 3 different jukes. And that passing play gets Keon Jenkins over 1,000 passing yards on the young season. 1st and goal. Owens cuts back the other way, but defenders in the area. KTC makes the tackle. From the 2, Jenkins moves and fires a touchdown. And FIU is right back in this game. They score their first touchdown of the game, and they answer with one of their own. Just a really good rollout concept here, and no Pierre was wide open on the move. Panthers offense stays on the field for the 2-point conversion now. Jenkins keeps it, and we had a defender on the ground. Keyshawn Hunter not ready for it. He got completely pancaked. First play of the drive, we give this one to St. Fleur, who takes the edge and gains only 2. Just over 2 to play here. Marker, get rid of the football. We had a man open. The fumble's recovered, though, and it stays with Delaware. But on this play, there's a flag down, by the way, and it's going to be an offensive penalty. Joaquin Roman. And now Zach Marker is injured, so in comes our backup, Blake Brown. We can keep Marker in, but he's got an injured hand. And he's been banged up the last couple drives. We got to give the guy a rest here. But on that play, we had somebody wide open. Now, it doesn't really matter because there was a penalty anyways, but LeBoy is literally free for a touchdown. Makes the outcut here. There's nobody in front of him, nobody on his side of the field, and Marker is not looking his way. And that could have been an easy touchdown. Instead, it's a hold and a fumble, and it's 3rd and 14. Now with the backup in there. So, Blake Brown, backfield creator, 73 speed, but 93 throw power. Now, we can't even see his deep accuracy here on the attributes. You scroll over, I'm hoping it's at least like 75. And hopefully he can make some quicker decisions, I guess. 72 deep accuracy, but look how banged up Marker is. He might have to be out for the rest of this game given how many things are going down by double digits or close to it. He cannot play through that injury. I think it's Blake Brown's game to finish. We're going to test Brown's arm here. We got to throw it on 3rd down. He tosses it. It is complete. What a throw. Dropped it right in the basket for Jake Burdell. And the drive will continue. What's a first impression here, which will get us to the end of the... Oh, no, there's a challenge here from FIU. Burdell definitely got 1 foot, actually got both feet in bounds. That's a catch there in the NFL as well from Burdell. So, failed challenge from FIU. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Delaware. You know what? Marker's back out there. Not my intent. He throws it short. And I think I'm just going to completely sub him out now and bring in Brown for the rest of this game. I don't want to risk losing Marker for any further games after this with wear and tear. So Brown's going to come in for this next play and for the rest of this game and hopefully can lead us to a victory. Just shy of midfield. Brown fires a strike, caught by Thaw for a first inside the FIU 40. St. Fleur motions right. We fake it his way. Brown evading pressure, but not nearly enough. Make it 11 sacks. I can't believe this. This is actually incomprehensible. We open the 4th quarter with a 3rd and long. Blake Brown back to throw. Launches, and it is incomplete. LeBoy couldn't bring it down. And we're going to punt from the 43-yard line now. FIU trailing by 3 will have a chance to march down the field and tie or take the lead. A low-scoring game, heavy on defense, and we're looking for more of the same here from our end. From their 20, Jenkins to throw, has pressure coming, and he is taken down by Gavin Mull for his second sack. Jenkins now fakes the handoff, fakes out one defender, and is able to get positive yardage here. 3rd and 9 coming up, offense going quick. On 3rd down, what do the Panthers draw up here to get this conversion? They got to pass the 30-yard line. Jenkins overthrows his target, and they're going to have to punt. Our defense is doing all they can to help us win this game. Can the offense capitalize now? We start with the run. St. Fleur picks up 5. I just realized that we have both our backup running back and backup quarterback in as St. Fleur lost the football. And FIU recovers. That was clear as day. And we just gave them the ball right back now. 6 yards short of midfield. This is not good. 9 minutes and change to go. Short throw and nearly a missed tackle from Khalil Ali. Offense continues to push the tempo for these Panthers. Now at midfield. Owens motions out. He's the target here and is wrapped up shy of the sticks by KTC. 3rd down, they'll fake the handoff, and wide open, it's complete, up to the Delaware 24. Passing game was worked better here in this second half, and now space opens up on the left side. Jenkins lost the football, it's picked up and out of bounds, goes a defender. Delaware takes possession. So they cause a fumble on our last drive, and we get one back, and now we take over at the Delaware 15-yard line. KTC forces the fumble, and I couldn't tell who scooped it up. I believe it was one of our safeties. The boy motions on 1st and 10. Brown, under duress, he loses the football, but it's recovered by Delaware. 12 sacks. What's even the point of saying how many there are now? It's just climbing each and every drive, it seems. Absolutely ridiculous. And now a bit of wear and tear showing up for Blake Brown. He's got time and fires it to Thaw, who hangs on in traffic. Gain of 14, 3rd down, needing 4 to keep the drive alive. FIU brings 5. And coming back to the ball, it's Jake Thaw for a 1st down conversion. Cross midfield now, we hand it off, and defense all over that one. They've been way better against the ground game in this second half. 11 yards to go on 2nd down. Brown has a man wide open. It's LeBoy staying in bounds, turning upfield. He's gone for a touchdown. 49 yards. And Blake Brown has his first passing touchdown of the season. LeBoy his first receiving touchdown this year. And what a play it was, and a great block by Jake Thaw on the end of it, which is pretty much the cause for the touchdown. Pretty much a bad pursuit angle there from Etienne, and LeBoy's home free. What a play. A lot of ground to make up now for FIU. We'll start with an empty look, and Jenkins is dragged down. That is Keontae Jenkins with the sack. Delaware brought the blitz, it worked out. Loss of 9. Jenkins now well protected, fires it right side out of bounds, and it's going to be a gain of 12. 4 down territory rest of the game. Launching it. 1-on-1. It is caught. Broken tackle inside the 10. What a play by Tarvarish Dawson. 1st and goal. Jenkins escaping pressure and gets rid of it. Every time we think we have them, the Panthers have a big response. 5 wide here on 2nd and goal. Jenkins under pressure and can't evade the rush this time. Delaware has their 5th sack And that brings up 3rd and goal, 9 yards to go. Defense expecting a pass here. Jenkins steps up, scrambles again. He's got room, and he's across the goal line for a touchdown. His dual threat ability has kept them in this game. And now a PAT can bring it back to within 3. We're going to have to get a couple first downs to walk out here with a win. It seems like Joe Silver's not going to return for this game. Delaware starts with a screen, and St. Fleur only picks up a yard. A boy motions, gets the touch pass, and cuts upfield right into a defender. And now 1 timeout left for FIU. Needing 10 for a first down. Brown under pressure and sacked again. 5 now for Mahoney. Who is this guy? Inside the 2-minute warning, the punt is away. Panthers will have good starting field position from the 39. They have 1 timeout, and they have 1 last drive to take us on what would be a pretty heartbreaking loss if you're Delaware. You've led for most of it. It's been hard fought, tooth and nail, trying to avoid a crushing last-minute defeat. Good start. Blake Matthews with the sack. It's a loss of 7. They're going to save that timeout. Jenkins now, great protection, throws it short. Only a 2-yard gain this time. Now here we go. 3rd down. Of course, 4-down territory, but got to make 4th down as difficult as possible if you're the Blue Hens defense. And Jenkins is sacked again. 4th and 21. And they're going to go quick. Jenkins floats it way offline. Not even close, and Delaware takes over. 1 timeout for FIU. And we can kneel the clock out. This game is over. Delaware is going to walk away with the win. And we are back to 500 with the win in our first ever Conference USA appearance. That was an ugly, ugly game. And I'm not sure how we just pulled this off, allowing 13 sacks, but I will take it. We are now halfway to our season goal of 4 wins here in year 1. Nicholas LeBoy, the game-winning touchdown, and a couple of nice sacks on that final drive by this Blue Hens defensive front. Keon Jenkins, 22 for 31 here in this game. 1 passing touchdown, 1 on the ground. No INTs. He passed it pretty well. And then for Delaware, Marker was 15 for 20, but was taking sacks left and right. Of course, you know, the offensive line is to blame for most of those, I think, but a couple of those plays he's holding on way too long. Even if there's good coverage, you've got to get the ball out of your hands if you're the quarterback. Blake Brown, though, goes 7 for 11, 101, 1 touchdown, no INTs from either passer, and Brown had the higher average by over 1.5 yards, so we'll keep tabs on that. On the ground, though, St. Fleur 3.3, Silver 4.5, but got hurt in the first quarter and never returned, which we thought that he would, but just never recovered fully from the wear and tear. But how about LeBoy, a $118 on 6 grabs, a big touchdown to get us the win here. 50 yards on 6 grabs for Jake Verdell. And we earn the victory. Blocking-wise, this offensive line is in complete shambles, and I don't know what I can do to avoid that because most of our sacks were coming on plays where we have mostly short routes. So your plan there is to get the ball out quick, and we still couldn't even do that. So until we can, I'm not sure what our offensive game plan can be. Because if your offensive line can't protect it, then you can't, hold on for deep throws or deep routes. And if your quarterback's holding on too long and not throwing it when he has been open, then you pretty much have no choice but to run the ball. But then running the ball, we can't do that either, seemingly. So there's a lot to think about to work with here offensively, but this Delaware defense really came through. 3 sacks for Gavin Moole, 1 for Keyshawn Hunter, Blake Matthews, Keontae Jenkins had a couple of big pass breakups in this game. And the defense won us this game through and through, no doubt about that. And we enter week 5 with our first commit of the Dynasty, Willie Raymond, the 3-star tailback out of Paterson, New Jersey. So he was on that visit back against James Madison in week 3, and that loss did not end up affecting his recruitment. We bring him in as the first ever player to join us out of the high school ranks. We're 2-2 now, after our first conference win now on a bye week, and that commitment frees up 50 hours left to spend. We are probably a few weeks out from getting a commitment here from Garrison Colclough and hopefully Martin Crumpler as well. But Walter Westovich now has Rutgers at the top of his board. They have passed us. They have the highest possible pipeline tier. We have the lowest. And I think it's time for us to hard sell him on our school. We're going to choose the student of the game hard sell. Use the last 10 points that we can on him. And just hope that this will get us over the hump here, but it's unlikely. If we don't get him, then we still have Carlos Lyles here with us at the very top of his board. I'll go ahead and get the sell his way, the hard pitch. And it's going to be, I think, the exact same. Student of the game. Might as well also schedule a visit if we can. UMass is still pretty far behind. And we're facing a bad opponent, like maybe perhaps MTSU a couple weeks from now. That could be a good chance for us to secure that. But also, a loss there would really affect us. And maybe it's better to go for Western Kentucky, where you get more for a win, less for a loss. I think that makes more sense. And it's also sooner on our schedule to help us out there. We'll do a family visit. I'm also going to add some more points here for Lee Boyko, who is a 3-star right tackle. We already know 2 of his pitch options already. We can't send a pitch his way, though. And we have 45 hours to spend total. And we'll use all but 5. And we'll use the last 5 to probably offer a scholarship to Quan Hajrulahu. We'll scout him later, but just want to get this out to somebody who still has us, or still has not locked us out. We advance the week, and we have some bad news. Westovich does end up choosing Rutgers, verbally committing to them. And the deal breaker was us not being close enough to home, even though we're in Delaware. He's in New York. Not sure that's much of a, distance for him, but he locks us out. And now we're going to go full send on Carlos Lyles, heading into this game against Western Kentucky. We'll take Westovich off our board. And Lyles, definitely close to choosing somebody here these next couple of weeks. We can't really do much more than we already have for him. So 75 hours now left to use. How do we want to use them? We could probably use at least 1 blocking tight end here in Delaware. So we're going to offer a scholarship to Leonard Etienne. Again, we're trying to bring in guys that we have in the pipeline because it's going to be the easiest way for us to get higher star recruits. We'll throw 25 his way. Still got 45 left to use. I want to scout some of these 3-stars down here. We'll take off Torrey Houston and Matt Bascom. Let's get a look here at Mike Hyde. Pass protecting right guard. Definitely not a run blocker in any sense of the word. Might have a couple abilities here. We'll have to wait to find out. Do I like the pass blocking enough? I think I do. going to be more of a project guy for the run game, but no other scholarships offered yet. So we'll offer one right now to cap off all the points we had or the hours we had for this week. That is going to do it for this one, folks. I'm out of time, so we'll get to our next couple of weeks next episode. So until then, y'all take care. Have a great day. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Leave your feedback down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.